Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, a quick update. And members only, we put an extensive, great update out on the upcoming pattern in the Dow Jones, right? And the linkage between what I think is going to happen in the Dow Jones and how that's going to telegraph and give you some foresight on what's going to happen in Bitcoin and the cryptos. My members of Jabroni Killers, that video is going to be uploading shortly. It takes a little bit longer to get it to you on the upload process, but it's very informative, educational, and the only video on YouTube that I've seen in the crypto sphere that has this knowledge and this foresight to link the stock market and correlate that what's going on in the crypto markets, Bitcoin and the altcoins. And it's an explosive video, and it's another reason to become members of Jabroni Killers, to get you out ahead of what's going on and being a first mover. As when you're a member of Jabroni Killers, you're going to get that linkage before the rest of you on what I think is going on in the stock market and how I think that's going to give you the go ahead to pull the trigger on what I think is going to go on in the crypto market, depending on if you're longing or shorting and what you want to do and when you want to get in and out of things. And it's just a powerful video that I put out. Members of Jabroni Killers, again, thank you for supporting the channel and for the upcoming content, as Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday will have its first video coming out this Friday. When I upload them, they'll all upload at midnight, and you'll start seeing these categories come down below. But if you're not a member of Jabroni Killer, you can't access the videos, right? And the powerful information and the classes and everything that's going to be coming onto there, and all the future programming and content that I have stored and ready to go. I just need the time to get it out to you and to get it all together. And it's fabulous what's going on there. It's very exciting. You get members only to my Telegram and my Twitter. We're going to be changing those to private, and that'll be a perk. You get all kinds of fun things going on there. But this is a quick update here, right? The Bitcoin right now, what you need to watch is your current underneath support is right here at 37,000. That's your critical. Can you hold that? If you can't hold that, you're going to trade back lower. If you can hold that, you can trade back higher up into here, right? The XRP, your critical support and resistance lines are right here, right? Let's zoom out. We got to zoom out a little bit farther. In XRP is at the 72 cents right up in here with our industry exclusive purchasing tool. This is your critical area you need to hold. 200-day, you're bearish because you're below it. If you want to trade to the upside, you need to get above here and get some volume. If you can't hold that, down here looks to be your short-term target if you fail. If you want to know what my opinions are, where I'm leaning left or right, bullish or bearish, become members of Jabroni Killers, and you would already have that information by watching those videos. If I'm leaning bullish, if I'm leaning bearish, if I'm in the market, am I out of the market, am I in a trade or am I out of a trade? You would know that if you were a member of Jabroni Killer, and that's just another reason to become a member, to keep you 69.69 steps ahead of the competition and the YouTube charlatans and the criminal gangsters and the market manipulators with my probability-based company-made computer software programming system as a technical trader that I built and designed to give us the upper hand and slant the probabilities into our favor as traders to walk away with all the fucking money and make a profitable winning trade with as much ease and comfort as we can by wrapping it all up into a basket index that I've created and stand behind 100%, right? But you can see now here with XLM, you did bounce off what we were looking at yesterday, where we bottomed, then we bottomed here and got a little bit of a bounce. Now we're coming up to the 50. Now you need to hold the 17 cents if you want to try to get up to the 22, 25, or 30. If you can't hold that, then the 10 cents and then some deeper down rings down here at 4 cents and even deeper are in play. And again, become members of Jabroni Killers and you'll get the in-depth breakdown of what I think is going to happen in the weeks and months to come, where I think these long-term targets are going to hit up or down, right? And it's just that much of a leg advantage up on the competition if you're a member of Jabroni Killers, because you'll get what I'm thinking out ahead of everybody else, and you'll get the in-depth videos and not all this mumble jumble nonsense that I like to do on here on my free stuff, right? And if you want to support the channel to keep this content free, you can just become a member of Jabroni Killer if you don't even care about the Fiscal and Monetary Policy Fridays, Commodity Mondays, housing market and the CPI updates that are going to be coming out, coin requests and trading alerts, trading with Vincenzo, all of that kind of things. And my overall thesis, and a very important reason you need to become a member of Jabroni Killer, is my overall outlook on the U.S. and world economy as far as financially what's going on, I think it's going to be a disaster. And I think the disaster people can already start to see, and it's already becoming very apparent, unless you got your head in the sand, that we're not in a good spot in the United States, and it's only going to get worse. And that's another reason why you need to be a member of Jabroni Killers, so you can stay out ahead of the financial crisis that is happening and is going to continue to happen, and there's no way to stop it. Also, with the rising inflation and the devaluation of your purchasing power, right? And the food shortages and product shortages and labor shortages and the inflationary depression that I think we've entered, you need to really be a member of Jabroni Killers to stay up to date on all that breaking news. Because if you're watching the mainstream media, right, CNBC, MSNBC, Fox News, and all the rest of that garbage out there, they're not going to tell you that the reason that we're having supply chain problems and product shortages and price rises, it's not because of the supply chain. It's because of the monetary and fiscal policies of the world, and the fact that we have entered into a great inflationary depression, where we're going to have depressed growth, right? Depressed resources, as we're having skyrocketing consumer prices, energy cost, and necessities to live that people need. Those prices are going to skyrocket. But your jobs are going to be going away. Your factories are going to be going away. And your production capacity of the country is going to be going away as products become less and less available, as companies go bankrupt and close up shop. Price inflation and price rises will continue, and it's going to be a disaster. And if the mainstream media is not going to tell you why that's happening, they're just going to say it's because we can't get things off a ship to you fast enough. That's a problem, but that's a effect of the overall cause, right? And if you don't understand what the cause of that problem is, you need to become members of Jabroni Killers, because I've been studying monetary and fiscal policy for nearly 20 years. I've read many books from great economists, Jim Rickards, Milton Friedman, Peter Schiff, right? Mike Maloney, just to name a few, that have given me knowledge about Keynesian economics and modern monetary theory, and the disaster that's finally led us to. And you can finally see the repercussions of our actions. Hi, how you doing? Yep, it's cold today. Spring's only a month away though. But I have an understanding on what's going on and how Keynesian economics is a disaster, and it can never work because governments have nothing to give to a people. They can only take from one place to give to another. In other words, they can take from your left pocket and give a little bit back. They can take $7 from your left pocket and only give you $3 back in your right pocket and say, see, the government just gave you $3 worth of free shit, right? That's all they can do. The government has nothing. The government can't create anything. And the people in government, if they knew anything about what they're trying to help, like fix the roads, if they knew anything about building good roads, they would have had a construction company and became business owners. They don't, so they're in politics. If they knew anything about balancing a budget, they would have been an accountant or a CPA. They don't, hence they're a senator, right? If they knew anything about the supply chain and the production capacity and how that affects the supply chain, they would be in the production company and a shipping. They would own a shipping company. They don't, hence they're a president or a senator or a congressman, because they don't know anything. And that's why you need to be members of Jabroni Killers, because I'm going to break down step by step the flaws in the monetary and fiscal policy of the United States and of the world, and the problem that's leading us down to in a late 1920s to 1930s, wrapped up into the late 1970s and early 1980s in the U.S., wrapping up a Great Depression and wrapping up a hyperinflation all into one, to create one massive inflationary depression that you need to be out ahead of, and you need to get educated on, or you're going to get fleece heisted and shysted, and you're going to go broke, and the savings that you thought you had won't be there as prices rise and your savings is eaten away and you end up thinking you were comfortably retired to going back to work when you're in your 60s because you're flat broke because you're on a fixed income and inflation is 10, 15, 20%. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love. Peace and love.